Hello and welcome to the Classroom Connection, the show that takes you inside Marion County Public Schools. I'm Kevin Christian, and on today's show, it's going to be a little different than most of our shows. In fact, we're going to showcase a 16-minute award-winning video produced entirely by the students at Vanguard High School. Of course, we're also going to hear from our superintendent as the school year draws to a close. But up first today, considering school will be over in just a few weeks, what do students think about the education they receive in our own school district? Parents and other adults often share their opinions about public education, but what do these most impacted by our system actually think about their own educations? Well, we have three graduating seniors joining us today to share their own opinions in their own words. And these students include Matt Green from Lake Weir High School, Alice Cannon from Forest High School, and Sydney Jarrell from Vanguard High School. Guys, thanks to each of you for joining us today. First question, are you counting down?
Definitely. Oh, yes.
Okay, big smiles from all of you. Let me ask you this, looking back, and any of you can jump in here, looking back, how would you describe the quality of your public education here in Marion County?
That's a hard question. I feel like I had a good experience. I feel like I'm ready to go off to college. I definitely feel like the IB program that was integrated into Vanguard helped me more than I ever thought it would.
Harder than you thought it would be?
Oh yeah, harder. Okay. But it was definitely worth it. It wasn't too bad once you get the hang of it.
Alice?
I definitely think my education at Forest has prepared me as well, not only with AP classes, the rigor of the coursework, but also just other life skills that we might need going out into the world.
Matt, let me ask you this. How did the teachers impact your experience in public education?
Well, my 10th grade history teacher was probably impacted my life more than anyone because a lot of his views, like I saw them.
Are your views?
Huh?
Are they your views as well?
They've kind of developed into my own views. So that, I think, like, especially with the IB program at Lake Weir, it's very world-oriented and internationally based to like make you think on an international level instead of just thinking about your own country and yourself first. So I think that the way that has gotten like me very.
You feel prepared?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's a good segue to the next question because I'm presuming each of you is headed off to college. Okay. So that world experience or that world view that you've gained through your high school educations, how do you think that's going to impact that college experience that you may not know anything about yet?
I think it will definitely prepare us for some of the people we're going to meet because obviously we're in Ocala. We only know what's down here in the South, so I don't know where everybody else is going to college, but wherever I go, I feel like it's going to prepare me for the more variety of people I'm going to encounter.
Okay. Alice?
I think it's also made us more open to, experiencing new things, not sticking with the same old, everything we've always known, but being willing to jump out of our shell a little bit and experience new things we haven't tried before.
You feel like you've been exposed to things outside of Marion County?
Somewhat.
Somewhat?
Yeah, somewhat, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the connections that each of you made with your teachers. Matt, you already talked about your 10th grade history teacher. Ladies, what about you? Was there a teacher that really just you connected with and have maintained that relationship with through the years?
I definitely think one of the teachers most, of course, my TV teacher, Mr. Rice. He's taught me that there are still people that are great in the world that that will lead you in the right path. We don't agree on everything, but we agree to disagree most of the time. And he has definitely, I feel like, made me a better leader and a better person. When I first came to high school, I had no desire to be in charge of anybody. I just wanted to do my own thing, get through. But he's definitely given me the leadership skills I needed to get through high school, and I feel like for my career.
What about you, Matt?
Well, Mr. Provo, his ending speech for his ending discussion was a PowerPoint that he prepared, and it was all about how we should use the knowledge that we gained in his class to prepare ourselves for the world. So, like, I think that's pretty much, yeah.
I hear everything positive here, which is good. I'm fine with that, like I told you guys. What about extracurricular activities? How did those enhance or impact your experience in a public school setting?
I've been involved with both volleyball and tennis at Forest, and those have given me innumerable experiences as far as being a leader and working with a team, which, like, you kind of get from the classroom, but at the same time, that team aspect is so much greater on a tennis team or a volleyball team, like just working with others is a really valuable lesson that I found, both positive and negative. From
the team approach, which we'll share later in the show about the Sweet 16 competition. Sydney, you have definitely had to work as a team with your colleagues.
Yes, definitely, and I feel like it was probably one of the best experiences of my life so far. Being part of the TV team has not only like made me become a leader, it made me know how to work with others, but it's allowed me to travel. It's allowed me to meet new people. Through that, I was granted a scholarship to a summer program at Arizona State University, which is the #1 broadcasting school in the nation right now. So the TV program has opened up so many doors to me.
Matt, let me ask you this. How do you respond? You attend the IB program at Lake Weir High School. You've already mentioned that. And it is our newest IB program. How do you respond to those people who are so critical and negative about public education?
I would say that they're wrong. I originally attended a private school in middle school, and the education that I'm getting in IB is far surpasses what they could even possibly imagine to have given me. My sister was in private school up until high school. She graduated out of private school, and she got into college, and she's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And she was saying a lot of the stuff that I do in IB is stuff that she's doing in college right now. So I think that public school is just as good, if not better, than private school, because in private school, a lot of times the kids come from money. I mean, that's just kind of a fact. So you're not getting the same variety of people that you are there, and you're not, the teachers in private school are a lot of times you know, the administration wants them to act a certain way, you know, kind of teach in a certain kind of manner. And then in public school, it's more just free. I feel it's more free because that's the way that every teacher has their own style. And
more open-ended.
Yes.
Okay. Alice?
I definitely think public education, I couldn't have asked for a better education. I feel like it's been both challenging and in numerous regards. And as far as the course offering too, I feel like you can't get as wide a variety of courses at smaller private schools as you could at public schools.
Sydney, let me ask you this. What advice would you offer to high school seniors graduating, just like you are here in just a few weeks? Based on your experience, what would your advice be?
Gosh, probably just keep your mind open to things. Everything's going to change very quickly, and we've got to be prepared for that. We've been in our little family of IB kids, 100 of our graduating class, for 4 years. So we haven't exactly had a culture shock in a while to coming to new people. So I just say keep your mind open. Your friends might not be your friends forever, but you're going to make some more and you're going to go on with your life.
Either of you want to jump in?
I would say make it matter. I mean, we've had both positive and negative experiences in high school, but I feel like either way, seniors can use those as they move on to the next stages of their lives and make it count in everything that they do.
Matt? Any words of wisdom to share?
I would just say, just study, don't complain, just do the work.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, and I don't know the answer to this, so I'm just going to put it out there. Talk about the importance of support from home, from parents, from family members in terms of your education in the public school system. How much support was there? Did it make an impact? If so, how strong was that impact?
Oh gosh, I feel like if I didn't have my parents helping me through school, I would have never made it. I have dyslexia, and for the first however many years of elementary school, there was no way I would have made it if my parents didn't sit there and help me for hours with homework. There's a big help there.
Okay.
Definitely, my parents have been such a support factor all the way through school. I mean, I felt motivated in my own right as far as what goals I wanted and where I wanted to go to college and everything, but they were always there supporting me, saying, what do you need us to do to help you get there, whether it's college applications or advice for coursework and everything like that.
Matt?
Yeah, definitely, because my parents were showing me that neither of them went to college. They're like, you can either go to college and have a job to where you don't have to do backbreaking labor all day, or you can be like us and not be able to walk when you're 50. And then my brothers, they also did like kind of the same thing, that the majority of them, well, 2 of them are like manual laborers, pretty much. One's a mechanic, the other one's a plumber. And like they're all like, you should go to school because that's a lot better than what I'm doing. So that's that was their support.
Well, once again, it's evident that not only does support from home make a difference, support from the classroom makes a difference. Of course, your principals who selected you for today's interview, obviously they've given you their support as well. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time to share with us today and with our viewers the importance of public education and how much it's impacted your lives. And we wish you the best. We're proud of you. Congratulations on high school graduation, and the best to you in the coming years. Thanks to each of you.
Thank you so much.
Well, Sydney is part of the TV production team at Vanguard High School, and they recently traveled to Los Angeles to compete in the Sweet 16 contest. Not basketball, we're talking about the one sponsored by STN, or the Student Television Network. Now, they chose one word from 16 words as their theme for their entire production. They had 16 hours to produce one 16-minute video from scratch, all focusing on their chosen word, devotion. The team captured the national championship in this Sweet 16 contest for the second time in 3 years. We're proud of them, and we're also proud to share their entire video with you now.
This week on Nightly News,
we'll check out what's making a local kettle corn stand pop.
Then we'll take a look into the passion of a true local artist.
And our reporters get a taste of the sweets being baked at a local cupcake shop. Coming to you from Los Angeles, California.
You're watching Nightly News. Nightly News. Broadcasting what matters. A Vanguard High School student production. Coming to you from Los Angeles, California. With your anchors, Julia Wilson and Daniel Tuggerson. Executive producers Chris Pollock and Sydney Gerald. And a whole team dedicated to bringing you the news. Good morning, Student Television Network, and welcome to a special edition of Nightly News 2013. We are broadcasting from Los Angeles, California. I'm Julia Wilson.
And I'm Daniel Tuggerson. So we're not just here in LA for a little vacation.
That's right, we're here for STN, where thousands of students have gathered at the Bonaventure Westin Hotel in order to compete in the national competition hosted by Student Television Network.
The best of the best students are here competing in several competitions for both film and broadcast television. They will compete all week, and winners will be announced Sunday afternoon. But while we were here, we found out LA has a great farmers market. But farmers just don't meet here to sell their products.
That's right, vendors also meet to sell their sweet treats. Reporters Johnny Walker and Emily Merriam take a look at a local kettle corn stand.
The stirring of the kettle corn and the fire of the flame are all things that keep this stand running every Thursday at the farmers market in the financial district. It's called Kettle Corn and Stuff, and they have been running for 11 straight years on one purpose only.
Well, prior to me doing Kettle Corn, I was a marketing director for a retail store. When they went out of business, I started looking at opportunities that I can do. My initial purpose was to open up a popcorn store, but at that time it was not feasible to do it, so I started a mobile kettle corn business back in 2002, and I've been doing it ever since.
Through thick and thin of Key's career, his business has turned more into a popularity game, with people from all over knowing him and, of course, buying some of his famous kettle corn.
At over 33 flavors at Kettle Corn and Stuff, and selling over 100 bags of this Chicago style each Thursday, I'd say this is the best seller yet.
I know a lot of the people that work and live downtown, they like it, so.
Reporting for Nightly News, this has been Johnny Walker with photographer Emily Merriam.
Obviously, LA has a bunch of great opportunities. That's why people move here from all across the world.
That's right, and that's exactly the case for Michael Rep, a comedic writer who's making his way in the city. That's why Chris Bruce and I took a deeper look into the real life of an artist.
Career, I guess I'm at the beginning stages of it. Trying to get into writing. I've like ever since I was young, I wanted to work in movies in the entertainment industry.
For 29-year-old Michael Rep, Los Angeles is more than just a beautiful city, but a place for his dreams to grow.
I'm still just trying to get my foot in the door though, which is the biggest struggle, I guess, with doing it and just getting started. Never really knew I wanted to be a writer, though, until I went up to Chicago and I did the writing program at Second City. It's a very famous theater, and they started a writing program a few years ago because obviously writing is a huge part of comedy as well. And I took a class with Mary Scruggs, and she was one of the most helpful teachers I've ever had in any subject throughout my entire life. She was the one who really convinced me to come out here, and as soon as I finished my portfolio, I sent it back to her, and then she passed just a couple days later. It kind of motivated me a little more. Like I need to prove myself without having her influence or having anyone helping me along the way. I kind of want to just make it on my own.
But Michael knows he would have never been able to make it to where he is without his parents' support.
When I said, you know, I'm thinking about moving to Chicago to take these classes, they just said, okay, that's great. And when I said I'm thinking about moving to Los Angeles, they just said, that's a farther flight, but okay, we can do that.
Mike is very devoted to his family and to his career, and to have us living in Ocala, Florida, and come all the way across the country to form his own career or make his own career, we really believe that if he believes he can do it, then we believe in him too.
It's one of those things that it's like, it's sort of a struggle now, but at the same time I know it'll pay off soon and it'll be completely worth it. So it's worth it in my mind.
Well, it's time for our commercial break, but don't go away. Next, we'll go into a local cupcake shop to get a taste of the sweet treats.
We'll be right back.
Are you fed up with being a dedicated teenager? Doing hours of pointless homework? Staying in shape? And simply remembering your iPhone password? Well, there's a solution for you. Vital Life. Get yours today at a local retailer near you.
Allie, you shouldn't have stayed up so late last night. You're going to be late for Sweet 16.
You want to be devoted to working out and being healthy, but at times it can be so hard. With a world filled with distractions, wouldn't it be great if a product actually helped you stay on track? try Power Surge, a groundbreaking energy drink that will give you a kick when you need it most. Power Surge. Stay devoted, stay strong.
Welcome back. As you can see, LA is a beautiful city, but it's also known for its ridiculous traffic.
Exactly. It can be crazy. Reporter Galina Abdelaziz shows us how traffic downtown in LA can be a problem.
Well, down here I walk everywhere.
There's cars, cars, and more cars. This is the usual for cities like Los Angeles.
It's crowded and it's slow to go places, like to go to school or work.
But what is road traffic? It's a system, and Randy Ewers, an industrial engineer, explains the problem.
Well, in systems, as population grows, we get more and more traffic into an area, and the systems are designed for a certain amount of flow. And once you exceed that, then you start getting disruptions into your flow.
Just a quick look downtown will show you that many people in LA have abandoned the idea of driving and devoted themselves to other methods.
I tend to walk or take the bus.
And Ryan Rube explains why.
It's a lot better than just driving your car. It's easy to get around. Everything's kind of close and compact, kind of nice and neat.
And so while the city may look like it's full of cars, you can also see people walking, walking, and walking.
Now we all know fruits and veggies are good for you, but a little sugar won't hurt.
I absolutely agree. I absolutely love all sweets.
Especially cupcakes. Reporters Amanda Snyder and Whitley Fordham take us downtown into a local cupcake shop.
It's such a fun environment. It's an amazing, fun place to work. We're nothing but more excited to be here.
For some people, work is a chore, but when working around scrumptious sweets, one might find their job a bit more compelling.
The customers are always so excited to come in. The staff is always excited to work here, so it's a very fun place to work, and you get to eat a free cupcake every shift.
The owners, Candace and Charles Nelson, decided to quit their jobs to pursue their dreams and dedicate their lives to owning their own business.
They came back, opened the cake shop, decided that really wasn't like their thing, and then kind of in April of 2005 we opened our very first cupcake bakery in Beverly Hills, and since then it's kind of just grown exponentially.
With the launching being just recently, this little shop is an overall success.
A line filling the building as soon as it opens, Sprinkles Cupcakes is a downtown Los Angeles favorite.
We had a line before we even opened, and it was just a really great energy. Everyone was so excited to kind of just be here and to have us here in downtown.
On top of being a well-known cupcake shop, Sprinkles has committed to giving to charity on a regular basis.
So we kind of just donate every single night. At the end of the night, we donate all of our leftover cupcakes to local food banks and homeless shelters in the surrounding community. We also have various things like for breast cancer awareness, like AIDS. We also do just various organizations with celebrities and everything like that every so often.
A shop with loyal workers is only the icing on the cake to the benevolent values this bakery withholds. Reporting for Nightly News, this has been Amanda Snyder with Whitley Fordham.
Well, that wraps up our show for today.
Broadcasting for Nightly News from Los Angeles, California, this has been Daniel Tuggerson
and Julia Wilson. Be sure to check us out on nightlynews.org, like us on our Facebook page and Twitter.
Have an awesome day, LA.
Vanguard High School's TV production teacher Mark Rice has Emmy Awards of his own, so it's very easy to see how his expertise impacts his students' learning inside and outside the classroom. Well, Superintendent George Tomlin also impacts students along with employees and a lot of other people in our community. He shares with us now in this month's Superintendent Spotlight.
As you watch this edition of Classroom Connection, we are in the month of May. FCAT testing is behind us. Grades 3 through 10 during the last 2 weeks of April completed the Florida Comprehensive Assessment Test exams. Now, during the month of May, our secondary students, mostly high school and some middle school students, are participating in end-of-course exams. These exams, of course, are very important as students strive toward high school graduation. The month of May and the first week of June is also a time when we begin to celebrate. We celebrate promotions from one grade to another. We celebrate graduations from high school, from middle school to high school, and this is a very, very important time. Parents, I encourage you to help your students during this special time of the year to make good decisions as they plan celebrating activities. During the summer months also, we have some opportunities for our students to take summer school programs at some of our schools. Parents and students, we encourage you to contact your school guidance counselor to see what programs might be available for you. Again, this is an exciting time of the year in Marion County Public Schools as we wind down another great school year. Get ready for a restful summertime and be ready to come back to school in August.
Thanks, Mr. Tomlin, and thank you for joining us today. We certainly hope you will join us again next month for more insight into Marion County Public Schools. Until then, parents, remember, be there for your child every day.